Well, it's time to eat a little crow, but I have a feeling it's gonna taste mighty fine. Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Yesterday I got this shocking, yes I consider it shocking, email from Doordash. The Doordash Priority Access Pilot Program has entered my market and I have been invited to participate. This is where I gotta eat a little crow. You've watched my videos. I've said many times, my market, Ames, Iowa, home to Iowa State University, that we're somewhat of a unicorn market, and I predicted that we'd never ever see any pilot programs in the year that I've been doing this. We've never been a part of any pilot program, except for one little minor one in July, where if you got up to 50% acceptance rating, you could dash now on the weekends, you know, during the summer slowdown when they're trying to get you out there. But anyway, yeah. This program hit my market. I'm shocked. I'm befuddled. I'm not sure why, but anyway, let's look into it. Near as I can tell, this is the exact same priority access program that's in other markets in the United States. Primarily, I've seen it on Blake Moore's channel, Moore Finance, and I think it's working for him. So just in case you're not familiar with it, let's give it a quick overview. Unlock priority access by resetting your acceptance rate. Hi Dave, introducing a new pilot program in Ames, Iowa, where eligible dashers get priority access to high-paying orders. Priority access makes it more likely that you'll receive high-paying orders which currently pay at least $2 per mile during delivery in total pay, including base pay, peak pay, and tips. Dashers like you with a high customer rating can unlock priority access by resetting your acceptance rate. Opt in below by October 4th. Your one-time acceptance rate reset will be processed on October 5th, and the new rate will appear in the app after that date. How the program works. Reset your acceptance rate. You will have until October 4th to opt in for a one-time reset of your acceptance rate. Get priority for high-paying orders. If you opt in, you'll receive priority access for at least 2 weeks. Use this time to keep up your ratings. Maintain your ratings to keep priority. After 2 weeks, you'll need a customer rating of at least 4.5 and an acceptance rating of at least 50% to keep priority. Pilot details. High-paying orders are some of the highest-paying orders in your area and currently pay at least $2 per mile in total pay, which includes base pay, peak pay, and tips. You get even more priority if you have a customer rating of 4.5 and an acceptance rating of at least 70%. And you can see the Reset My Acceptance Rate button. Frequently asked questions. What are high-paying orders? High-paying orders are some of the highest-paying deliveries in the area, which can vary by area and over time. How does the acceptance rate reset work? Your acceptance rate is calculated based on the latest 100 delivery opportunities you receive. In order to reset your acceptance rate, tap the link Reset My Acceptance Rate in this email. You must be the recipient of the email, yada yada yada. You'll receive a notification confirming when your acceptance rate reset has been processed. In order to see your acceptance rate after the reset, you will need to start a dash and accept or decline an offer. You will then see the new acceptance rate reflected in the ratings tab in your Dasher app. What happens if I don't want to reset my acceptance rate? If you do not opt in to reset your acceptance rate, your priority access will be determined based on your existing acceptance rate along with your customer rating. Dashers with a 70% acceptance rate or higher get the most priority, followed by dashers with an acceptance rate of at least 50%. Dashers below 50% will not receive priority access to high-paying orders. Those dashers will still see some offers for high-paying orders, but dashers with high acceptance rates will receive priority access to these orders. Why is Doordash launching this pilot program? We're introducing this pilot to improve the speed and quality of service for merchants and customers, and to help dashers who provide meaningful customer service to earn more for doing so. Through feedback from dashers, we recognize that accepting all orders wasn't always rewarding, and we want to correct that. We'll continue to monitor feedback from dashers about this pilot. How can I share feedback? We'll be sending out a survey to capture any feedback you may have. Are there any other terms or conditions that I should know about? We may modify or end this pilot at any time for any reason, and eligibility is not guaranteed. We reserve the right to delay payment for purposes of investigation, withhold payment, or close the accounts of any dashers we determine in our sole discretion that a dasher has used or attempted to use this pilot in a fraudulent, abusive, or otherwise suspicious manner or in violation of any other applicable law or regulation. That's the fine print. That's interesting. Eligibility is not guaranteed. I suppose what we can make of that is something that I've said before about some of these pilot programs that are kind of a carrot and a stick to help get some of the low tip and the no tip orders delivered to maintain that acceptance rating. Is if everybody in a market were to do it, then there would not be enough high priorities to go around. You follow me there? If everybody did it, then we just all be back at square one where we're at, normally. So anyway, I'm going to guess that's what that means, that eligibility is not guaranteed. And like I've said in some of these other videos where people are talking about they think they figured out the algorithm and all this stuff, it all comes down to customer demand. If nobody's ordering, we ain't delivering, no matter how many priority pilot programs you're on. You follow me? All right. Again, I find it really interesting that this pilot program has made it to my market. As far as I know from watching more finance, I think it's still in his market. He's been doing it most of the summer, I believe, at least 2 or 3 months, so it's pretty long-lived out there. Now, something that I've seen from Mr. Moore on his videos is out in his market, there can be some pretty long drive times. I've seen him put up orders, they're paying $16.50, but they're going 16 miles. So, if you come back empty, that's only 50 cents a mile. My market, very, very tiny market, if you will. It's only about 25 square miles, and then it kind of juts out over to Nevada, then it juts up north to Story City, but don't see a lot of orders in the Story City area. As I said, I just didn't think that any of these pilot programs would ever come into my market, but I have pondered, when other people are talking about various pilot programs, I have pondered, what would I do if one of these came to my market? And for the most part, with Speedwagon and 13 miles per gallon in town, I've pretty much determined that, if something like this comes to my market, I'm probably not going to take advantage of it because I don't think I could use it to my advantage. Well, pure coincidence, all of that changed earlier this week. Late last week, Speedwagon developed a little bit of a cough. Stopped off at my mechanic, we put the reader on it, the code reader, intermittent misfire, and we're thinking it's one of the coil packs. I've had a couple of them replaced. I should have replaced all 8 of them when, I had the chance, but anyway, so yeah, he's got a little bit of a misfire. I'm taking Speedwagon in for an oil change and to get that fixed today on Wednesday. But a few days before Speedwagon developed this little misfire, I was talking with a neighbor buddy of mine about a little car that his son has, and his son works for Casey's convenience store in central Iowa here. He delivers pizzas and all that stuff. And he's bought another car, then he's bought another car, and the car's just been sitting out there at the farm. He agreed to sell it to me for a very attractive price. The big reveal will be forthcoming in about a week or so. It does have some repair issues. I got to put an alternator on it, idler, pulley, tensioner for the belt, put a new belt on there, get an oil change on it and all that. But it's a decent little car. It's a 2007, and like I said, it's supposed to get about 30 miles per gallon on the highway and about 20 to 23 in town. Tires are good. It's going to be interesting driving in a little roller skate versus big old bad Speedwagon, but I'm really looking forward to the increased revenue just simply from the miles per gallon increase. So yes, I'm going to give this priority access pilot program a shot with the new little roller skate. Be stupid not to. I really didn't recall this reset. I thought you had to get up there to 50%, but I mean, let's take a look at my numbers here right now. I'm sitting at a 4.97 average customer rating, well above 4.7, 21% acceptance rating, 95% completion rate, 98.1% on time or early delivery, sitting at 3,533 lifetime deliveries on Doordash. So once I get the little roller skate on the road, I'll hit the reset button in the email. That'll launch me up to 50% acceptance rating, and then for the next 2 weeks I will be on the priority access for the high paying orders, and it's up to me to keep that ratio up to 50% in order to stay on the program. And I believe that then becomes a monthly target that you have to make to maintain that 50% acceptance rating on the last day of the month in order to be eligible for the next month. As you know, I'm triple apping with DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. Generally right now what I've been doing is I just leave them all running all day long. If I'm on an Uber Eats run and 3 or 4 DoorDash offers come up, I decline them because I can't take them while I'm on the Uber Eats run. Well, I'm going to have to start to take into pausing DoorDash while I'm on an Uber Eats or Grubhub run, and that'll help stabilize the acceptance rating instead of declining 3 or 4 offers that, I just have no chance whatsoever of taking. It'll be interesting meeting up with other Dashers in town and asking them if they got this invitation to this priority program. I believe that a great many of them have, because I'm guessing most of them are above 4.7. That seems to be the really key metric there. It's really going to be interesting to see how this program works for me because, like I've said before, as a full-timer, I'm out there 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and in my market, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. is kind of the slowdown between lunch and dinner. I get a lot of 275 orders during that period. Like I've said before, the low tip and the no tippers, they order all the time. But also during that period between 2 and 4 p.m., there's very sporadic but really good paying orders that pop up in that time. And as I'm one of the few out there since everybody else has left after the lunch rush, it'll be interesting to see how this pilot program works. Will I get those higher priority orders sooner than what I'm getting now, or do I still have to sit through a whole bunch of 275 orders before I get that? Because that's the way it is right now. I'll decline 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 in a row, literally right around 2 to 215, and then I'll get the 675 and the 775 and the 875 order offers in that period of time. So will I get these higher paying orders quicker, or will I still have to sit through a whole bunch of 275s? That'll be interesting to find out. Kind of cool how this all came together, how the stars aligned, if you will. Just an offhand comment to my neighbor buddy about that little white car, and here we go. Alright, guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.